Hello and welcome back to Danish lessons with the missing N. In this video we will be looking at how to pronounce the soft D in Danish. Now this is I'd say fairly advanced topic in terms of pronunciation, and I was actually originally going to save it for later because it's not exactly essential to being able to speak Danish, but quite a few people have requested this more than anything else, and so I thought I'd cover this a bit earlier than planned. So, just to warn you, in this video I will be going into quite a lot of detail, possibly more than you've seen in any other video, about exactly how your mouth and tongue should be placed in order to pronounce this devilish consonant. So just to remind you, this is the consonant that you find in words such as mil. This one means with, and it's the sound that you have here at the end. Typically when the D is at the end of a word, it will be a soft D. Mil. So before going into too much detail, let's just make sure that we have a basic understanding of what you need to be doing. This is meant to represent your mouth, and these are your teeth. What your tongue will be doing, or should be doing, is more or less this shape. This is not exactly what a tongue looks like, but this gives a good impression of what you might feel in your mouth. And this is roughly what you're going to be aiming for. I drew these here because there need to be gaps between your tongue and your palate and your tongue and your teeth. They shouldn't be touching. But nevertheless, it's the fact that these places here have been narrowed. It's this that produces what we call the soft D, or what I call the soft D in any case. So it's the air flowing through here that is making that sound. So, having covered that, let's get into the nitty-gritty details about where your tongue needs to be. These are your upper teeth, and these are your lower teeth. So this is your upper mouth and your lower mouth. And I'll be using this to show where your tongue needs to be. Let's get on with it. For starters, I should point out that your mouth, your throat, your tongue, everything needs to be quite relaxed. This is not something where you need to have anything quite tense in any way. In fact, quite the opposite. You need to make sure that you're fairly relaxed when pronouncing this, which may be a bit difficult because I understand that this is a very peculiar sound and very unfamiliar perhaps. But start by placing the tip of your tongue against your lower teeth. So that's not on top of them, but behind them, where the teeth meet the gums pretty much. Just have it up against there. And then for this next part, if you've widened your mouth too much, you may need to close it a little bit, because you're going to need to then place the sides of your tongue up here against your upper teeth. Now again, this is not on top of them or below them, it's where the teeth meet the gums on the inside of the mouth. There's no need to try and do it all the way back here because that's going to feel pretty impossible, but in as relaxed a way as you can, have the tip of your tongue down here and the sides of your tongue up here. And then try to pronounce a vowel. Now, as you pronounce a vowel, such as let's say the flat A, there shouldn't be much of a difference from the way it sounds normally. Perhaps a little bit, but this is not quite yet the sound we're looking for. You might get something like when trying to pronounce it. If you couldn't hear a difference from the way that should normally be pronounced, that's absolutely fine, because the soft D isn't just where your tongue is placed. It's about a movement. It's the way your tongue is going to move now. So take the middle of your tongue. This is your tongue seen from the side, but when I say the middle of your tongue, I mean this point here. And try and move it, I guess I could have drawn it here, but take this middle point and move it upwards and forwards as you try to keep your tongue stuck to these places as well as you can. Perhaps you'll need to slide your tongue a little bit here, but if you can keep it in place, all the better. So take that and move it sort of forwards so that the shape of your tongue will be a bit more bent, I guess. Or at the very least, if the middle of your tongue was currently in the lower half of your mouth, you want to be moving it upwards. The sound that movement is going to make is as follows. L. Now, as you can hear, it's a gradual movement, And in fact, you can practice that by sliding the tongue back and forth. If it helps you open your and close your mouth as you do so, but that's not the essential part of it. The essential part is your tongue needs to be pushed forwards in this way. This word that you're saying, it's not obviously quite a real word, but L means yuck. So when you're saying you're signaling that something is pretty gross. So here we have the essentials. So once you understand that, the best I can recommend is that you just try to practice it. If you want some words where this is actually used, we had med a moment ago, which means with. Another example would be ud, which means out. And let's have a final one, hedder, which is what you use in my name is. So my name is Alexander would be jeg hedder Alexander. Med, ud, hedder. And the one we had before, all I can say is just do your best, practice as much as you can, good luck. This has been Danish Lessons with the Missing N. Hi hi.